Hey Leo, this is wishkotheferret, also Amanda the Psychic Medium. Thanks for hopping onto the channel. This is a new moon reading for January 2023. Of course, if you're hopping on as like a sun, moon, or rising, Leo, hello, hello, hello. So the card that I'm pulling now is from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck, and what I'm pulling right now is the main energy for the next 2 weeks. So like what you're manifesting, anything that you're building off the new moon. I know it's the new moon in Aquarius, so it's kind of a quirky time. The Aquarius energy for this new moon, I am getting a sense, especially from like reading the other signs and like kind of like the communication that I'm getting, is it is kind of a complicated time for some people, or Aquarius is always like a complicated or very strange energy. Hang on, let me try to sit with this. Let me try to sit with this energy and see what I get. Okay. I love that you're Leo and you got a card with a lion on it. So I'm sitting here in meditation and I'm trying to see if there are any like messages that they want you to hear. They're showing like a crown being put on your head and saying like you have arrived. So the main theme of these next 2 weeks, I feel like this is you showing up for yourself. I'm also getting like, I don't know if you're like really into like aesthetics and such, but or like beauty or makeup, but there's something about painting your nails. They're showing me like you're really getting into whatever cycle this is. There's like a deep, what is a deep sea dive? No. Okay, well, before I start running off on the channel, let me just run through the cards real quick. So we have Magic Stream. This is talking about the magic stream of consciousness. This is the divine flow in us all. This is a very magical time for you to dream. So specifically dreaming and coming up with new ideas and new manifestations for the future, because we also have deep freeze. So that's not a like a very active card, obviously. You are kind of sitting in rest. This is literally Leo, the sign of the lion, just sitting in rest mode while you kind of channel these dreams or these visions for yourself as to what you want to bring into your future. So I'm also going to pull some tarot cards to kind of help not only clarify, but to help kind of see where you're going and what your blessings are. So for my beautiful, lovely Leo, something about socializing too. I'm getting something about like your friendships you're like very equipped to handle like whatever it is like you're going to manifest. So like I feel like you're in a pretty good and you're very in like a very supportive place. For the Two of Wands, like the world is basically your oyster. Like you're kind of looking at all of your options. It could be physically around the world for travel, but it could also, it's like just a multitude of ideas, because I'm also getting like the Eight of Wands as well. So there are a lot of different energies that you can be going for in this magical stream. Like there's a lot of different ideas. There are a lot of divine sparks is kind of what they're showing me. A lot of divine sparks that are coming through to you, and there's a lot of inspirations that you could go for, there's a lot of inspirations that you could pursue, and there's a lot of different ideas that you have. And the Two of Wands is not really 100% where to go. I am hearing the word hunker down. So there is like a need to like hunker down and like kind of narrow down your visions and not only dream and allow this divine like flow to happen, but allow in this rest stage, in this deep freeze of like, it's like, it is kind of like the solitude card of this oracle deck, but like, it's almost like you're bringing your energies back into balance is something that I'm hearing. You're bringing your energies back into balance. It is a time when you need to be like, you need to start replenishing yourself. And it's not so much as like, I'm not really getting like a Virgo self-care type of energy here, or like a balancing, like your energies are being restored by dreaming. And you're dreaming of all the different possibilities and all the different ways that your life could take. And Eight of Wands does offer a, so I'm hearing you have a plethora of choices is what I'm hearing. You have a plethora of different things you could do. But the Eight of Wands does like, I'm not saying there's like a pressure now, but eventually you will need to hunker down and focus on one particular thing. Like, you will need to narrow your focus, but for now, have the freedom to dream, because they're kind of like, you see the world, you see like this ice, like you're looking out on this wide expanse, and you're kind of looking at the map. And I like, so like when I see this card move in my mind, the two of wands, I see like him looking at this huge, he doesn't even have a globe, he has this huge map, and he's planning different trajectories of different places that he can go and different things that he can do, maybe different things he can say to people. I don't know why that's coming to mind. Maybe that maybe you're like, ooh, someone said an architect, so like, whoa, that's actually really cool. If you're like an architect or somebody who's really into architecture or like designing, so that could be something, that you're into, or like maybe like dreams for being an architect. There is also, for some of you, that is related to being like the builder, like you're kind of in the building stages of planning your life. You're in the building stages of like, where do I go? How do I want to pursue these dreams of mine? Is like, I mean, they're kind of coming through like really, I don't know, this, I really like this energy because it's very kind of easygoing. But what I'm seeing next for deep freeze is like this stopping. It's not really like a stopping, but this regeneration is like a gift. This is like the gift to yourself. We will have a separate cards related to gifts and blessings, but I feel like this I'm hearing, that's so interesting. I've never heard a tarot card in my mind before, but Queen of Cups I'm feeling too. There's some kind of like, it's bringing you balance. It's bringing you emotional balance. They're giving you the gift of emotional balance. They're bringing you the gift of evening out your sighing. So sighing's like a big thing for you. Like, I don't know, or it can be like sighing can help equalize your energy a little bit. So if like sometimes like sighing, like there are different things that the body does to relieve pressure in it. And I feel like sighing, yawning, like sighing is one of them. Yawning is also another one that I've heard of, but like now that I said it, I'm sorry. It's contagious. I apologize. But it's like tons of people listening to this are going to be yawning. Sorry. But, no, like letting out a sigh is going to help you relax the body. I mean, that's kind of like the mentality. It kind of follows like the physiological patterns of a deep breath, but I feel like sighing just helps. Like audible sighs are going to help. I don't even know if it's audible sighs, but just kind of resting in place and like meditating for you, or just like sighing it out like helps melt the shoulders. And I feel like that might actually be like a beneficial practice for you in the next 2 weeks. So that's kind of like a gift that they kind of wanted to give you, and they kind of like, I don't know, they kind of want to give that to you right off the bat, is that like this is kind of like a long awaited, not really like maybe it is a long awaited, for some of you it could be like a long awaited moment in time where, oh, I finally get some rest to, I've accomplished what I need to accomplish before, or like I've reached a point of homeostasis, or like I reached a point before where I have done what I can do in this cycle of my life, and now I am now planning my next steps, or I'm now free to roam the corners of the earth. I'm now free to explore my life how I see fit. So I'm also getting too like an Ace of Swords. I do feel like it's like a seizing of the moment, a seizing of an opportunity. Ace of Swords does feel like so there's like wonder and clarity popping into my mind. So you are embracing the wonder of the world and the wonder of your choices. There is a wonder that comes about dreaming. And with this replenishment, you have time to think, is what they're telling me. You have time to think about it. You have the time to dream and go with the flow. And really like embracing these potentialities. And it's not really putting too much. I don't sense that this is a time where you're investing too much energy into one or the other, but it's definitely something to start thinking about. If you go into a lot of meditation, like I think your guides can help direct you. Meditation is actually popping up for this pile, interestingly enough. So I feel like meditation could help you, like especially when you have the deep freeze card. Meditation will help you connect with yourself more. Use your heart as your guiding space. Use your heart as your guiding light. For blessings, for like, what are some gifts that our wonderful Leos have from the universe? We have like some gifts being given at this time on some blessings, or the Ace of Pentacles. So again, remember I said with Ace of Swords being new opportunity. So I love that you get Ace of Swords and Ace of Pentacles. With Ace of Swords, like you are like, it's almost like you're having that clarity, you're seeing that wonder, and you're able to embrace ideas as they are, as they're coming to you, and you're able to see them with like a clear functional mind, and it feels like a breath of fresh air. So I don't know why I'm getting like a lot of breathing and meditation for this pile, but again, if meditation isn't something that you do, it's something that could heavily benefit this pile in particular, because there's something about breathing and going with the breath and relaxing into this meditation, or relaxing into this state of being where you can clearly receive this magical stream of divinity that is coming through you to help inspire you. The Ace of Pentacles is being given an opportunity, so being blessed or gifted with an opportunity that is coming your way. I guess this could be in the form of money, but for this pile in particular, I do feel as if it is like the gift of a new beginning, or the gift of a new life is what I'm hearing. So like these, oh, interesting. So I do feel like, I don't know if a chapter has closed for you. I don't want to speak on that because the channel is purposefully, I think, being general for me, but it does feel like you, like, it just, they just said new life. So you have been given the gift of a new life, or you've been given the opportunity to see your life in a new light where you can take it in a new direction. And you've gained a lot of strength and wisdom from this time, and you can use that strength in a position. So like, this is something where, like, if you were in this position at any other point in your life, if this exact moment with, like, I wouldn't say surrounded by these circumstances, but I feel like this is something that probably would have freaked you out in the past. Having this time to think, or having this time to embrace all the possibilities, I think may have overwhelmed you in the past. But I really do feel, not only, okay, hello, strength with the lion again. Hello, lion, Leo. But it's we are getting like I feel like you have been gifted, and you are being continuously gifted. Like you're being gifted with the realization that if you were in this position before, you would not, I don't know if, I'm not going to say you weren't able to handle it, but maybe you would have been caught very overwhelmed. But now you are ready for this state of your life where you can start a new life. Like you are ready to make these to dream up these manifestations and to try to make them happen. Like you are ready for this. You have built up the strength, and you can see how far you've come. Once you hit this cycle, and once you start living through these next 2 weeks, you'll start seeing that, you can handle it. You can handle anything. Like I'm hearing, like, you're very macho. Like you can handle anything, and you're handling it. You're handling a lot better than you would have in the past, and you've really gained a lot of strength from your previous encounters. I'm hearing something about a desk job, so maybe like you've really worked your way into, someone said you worked your way into a hissy fit. I don't know, like I don't really want to word it like that, because it's not really what they mean. They speak in a lot of metaphors with me, so I really feel like you were kind of like strung out or stressed out at like a desk job, and maybe you're starting anew or fresh. That's just an example that they're giving me, but that is something that, like, you've gained strength from that, and now it's like you have the freedom to explore other options and to dream. Use this as a rest period. There's no rush. And of course, unless you feel like some kind of intuitive pressure, or like you have external pressures that were like, oh my gosh, like I need a job like tomorrow, or I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Like I'm not telling you not to pay your bills, but intuitively, as you're making your own decisions, as you're trying to navigate life, I'm hearing that you don't need to come up with the right path today. If you are in a situation where you're like struggling for money, or like finances are kind of in the way and you're not really sure, you feel rushed or something, like I don't really get that sense with this pile, but on the off chance that you are, definitely take a deep breath and stop in meditation. This doesn't have to be a long period of time, but if you're trying to rush through your meditation, it's not going to be as clear to you. And I'm not saying take several weeks off, like, and long days and nights of contemplation. Not everybody has that luxury. But you need to take time to truly get into a state of mind of ease, of rest, of rejuvenation, so that these ideas can flow to you, and so you can better, your guides can better assist with your next steps, so your angels can help you with your next steps. And you are stronger than you think, is what I just heard, Leo. You're stronger than you think. I don't really feel called to pull any more cards, but I will roll these angel dice here from angel numbers. I'm going to read from the book. These are my own dice, but I'm going to be rolling from for messages from the Angel Numbers book by Kyle Gray and see if there are any other lasting messages for Leo to keep in mind for this Aquarius new moon in January 2023. So 7, 8, 9. Major spiritual changes are unfolding around you. This is a time for you to fully overcome your greatest fear and face darkness eye to eye. You have the chance to soar, but it's dependent on your willingness to overcome your darkest shadow. That's very interesting because I am getting a very peaceful vibe with this. I really feel like this pile, you have it under control. If you are experiencing a dark moment, I feel like you have it under control. Like, this is not something that is gonna, like, again, like, remember when I said before that this wasn't gonna overwhelm you like it would have in the past? Like, you can do it now. You have the courage, you have the strength, you have the bravery now to do it. And I really do feel like this is a very lucrative time for your ideas. And these are going to lead to spiritual shifts that maybe once upon a time this was a fear of, like, the fear of change. Maybe this was I feel like you're, like, acknowledging it now. Like, you're like, I feel like some of you are like, this is what I'm afraid of right now. Like, is this really, like, it might have been something you were extremely afraid of before, but now, like, you are encountering it. Ooh, they're telling me you're encountering it at a different speed. You are undergoing this, like, you're kind of going through a mentality shift of I cannot to I can, is what I'm hearing. So I hope that resonates with you, Leo. I hope that helps. If this helped you in any way, shape, or form, go ahead and give a like and subscribe. And I love you, I love you, I love you. I wish you nothing but the best love and abundance for these next 2 weeks and for forever to come. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.